Imagine this for a moment. You wake up in the morning, stretch, and slide your feet onto the floor. You stand, and your legs feel solid, steady, dependable. You walk to the kitchen without even thinking about it, your muscles responding with ease, your joints carrying you smoothly. There's no wobble, no hesitation, no grimace of pain. Now, imagine the opposite. You wake up, plant your feet down, and immediately feel stiffness. Your knees ache, your calves cramp, your steps are cautious. Every move feels like a test you might fail. For far too many people, that second picture isn't a nightmare. It's daily life. Leg strength is something most of us take for granted until it's gone. But think about what your legs really represent. They're not just limbs, they're your freedom. Strong legs let you carry groceries, climb stairs, play with grandchildren, travel, or even just take a peaceful walk outside. Weak legs, they steal that independence, slowly but surely. And here's the surprising truth. One of the biggest factors behind whether your legs stay strong or grow weak isn't just exercise, it's nutrition. Science has uncovered that the food you put on your plate directly fuels the muscles, nerves, and bones that make your legs work. Certain vitamins and minerals are like hidden power switches. Get enough of them, and your legs stay strong, balanced, and reliable. Miss out, and over time you'll face weakness, cramps, loss of balance, or even falls. The scary part? Many people are already deficient without realizing it. That's where today's journey comes in. We're about to break down 7 powerful vitamins and minerals that science shows are absolutely essential for strong, dependable legs. These aren't exotic superfoods or rare supplements. They're everyday nutrients you can start adding to your life right now. We'll cover what each one does, the dangers of deficiency, where you can find it naturally, and even what research says about its role in keeping you mobile and independent. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever been stopped dead in your tracks by a sudden leg cramp? That sharp, seizing pain that makes you grab your calf or thigh. If you know what I'm talking about, drop a comment below and share your story. You'd be surprised how many people can relate, and maybe your experience will help someone else feel less alone. And hey, while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to Health Smart Facts so you never miss out on future health tips. Because here's the bottom line. Strong legs mean a strong life. The nutrients we're about to explore don't just make your muscles feel better. They help you walk with confidence, stand without fear, and live on your own terms. So grab a notebook, because by the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint for building legs that will carry you strong into the future.
1. Vitamin D, the sunshine strength builder. Picture this. It's a sunny morning and you step outside. The warmth hits your skin, and for just a few minutes, your body does something remarkable. It starts producing one of the most powerful nutrients your legs will ever need, vitamin D. That's why it's often called the sunshine vitamin. But here's the thing. Despite being so simple to get, vitamin D deficiency is shockingly common. And when you don't have enough, your legs are often the first place you'll feel it. So why is vitamin D such a game changer for leg strength? First, it helps your body absorb calcium, the mineral that makes your bones solid and durable. Without vitamin D, much of the calcium you eat passes right through you unused. But bones aren't the only story. Vitamin D also acts directly on your muscles. Research shows that it helps muscle fibers contract efficiently, improves balance, and even reduces the risk of falls, especially in older adults. In fact, a study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had significantly stronger muscle fibers and better coordination than those who were deficient. That's not just theory, that's real, measurable strength. When your body doesn't get enough vitamin D, the consequences show up fast. Weak, aching legs, constant fatigue, and a higher risk of fractures are common. Many people chalk these symptoms up to just getting older, but often the culprit is something as simple as low vitamin D. Even younger adults aren't immune. Spending long hours indoors, working at desks, and avoiding the sun has led to widespread deficiencies worldwide. Now, the good news is, getting more vitamin D isn't complicated. A little sunlight goes a long way. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure on your arms and legs a few times a week can help your body produce what it needs. But if you live in a place with long winters or if you use sunscreen religiously, food and supplements become important allies. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources. Egg yolks and fortified foods like milk or orange juice can also help. And if your doctor confirms low levels through a blood test, a simple vitamin D supplement, often paired with calcium, can restore balance quickly. One practical tip: vitamin D is fat-soluble, meaning it absorbs best when taken with food that contains healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. So if you're taking a supplement, don't swallow it on an empty stomach. Pair it with a meal to get the most benefit. Here's the takeaway: vitamin D isn't optional, it's foundational. Strong legs depend on strong bones and efficient muscles, and vitamin D is the bridge that connects the two. Without it, your body struggles to build strength no matter how much you exercise. With it, you unlock energy, stability, and confidence with every step you take. So, if you want to give your legs their best shot at staying strong for years to come, start with a little sunshine. It's free, it's natural, and it might just be the key to walking taller, steadier, and stronger every single day.
2. Calcium, the bone protector. Think about your legs for a moment. They carry your weight every day, support you when you walk, run, or climb stairs, and act as the foundation of your independence. But what happens when that foundation starts to weaken? For millions of people, the answer is brittle bones, and at the center of bone strength lies calcium. Calcium is the building block of your skeleton. About 99% of the calcium in your body is stored in your bones and teeth, serving as a reservoir that keeps them dense and durable. Without enough calcium, your body quietly begins to pull it from your bones to support other vital functions, like regulating heart rhythm and nerve signals. The result? Gradual bone loss that weakens your legs and increases your risk of fractures. For older adults, this is especially serious. A minor fall that once caused nothing more than a bruise can now result in a hip or leg fracture, sometimes leading to months of recovery or even permanent mobility loss. But calcium's role isn't limited to bones. It also fuels muscle contractions, including the tiny signals that help your legs move smoothly. Every step you take relies on calcium ions triggering muscle fibers to contract and release in perfect harmony. Without adequate calcium, muscles may feel weak, cramp frequently, or struggle to generate the power you need to stay steady. That's why a lack of calcium often shows up as heavy, aching legs or those dreaded nighttime leg cramps. So, how much calcium do you actually need? For most adults, the sweet spot is 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams per day. The best way to hit that target is through a balanced diet rich in calcium-packed foods. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt remain classic sources, but they're far from the only ones. Leafy greens such as kale and bok choy, plant-based options like tofu and fortified almond milk, and even small fish with edible bones like sardines can give your body the boost it needs. Still, diet alone isn't always enough. As we age, our ability to absorb calcium declines, and lifestyle factors like low vitamin D levels or certain medications make it harder for the body to retain what it gets. That's where calcium supplements can help, especially when paired with vitamin D, which enhances absorption. But there's an important caution here. More isn't always better. Too much calcium from supplements can lead to kidney stones or calcium buildup in arteries. That's why it's always best to focus on food first, then add supplements only if needed and under medical advice. Here's another often overlooked fact. Calcium works best when paired with movement. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, resistance training, or even light jogging send signals to your bones that they need to stay strong. Without that physical stimulation, even high calcium intake won't fully prevent bone loss. In other words, calcium plus movement equals resilience. The bottom line? Strong legs require strong bones, and strong bones are built on calcium. By making smart choices, adding greens to dinner, choosing fortified plant milk, or simply enjoying a yogurt snack, you can give your legs the protection they deserve. Combine that with regular activity, and you're not just feeding your bones, you're securing the freedom to move confidently for years to come.
3. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector. When most people think about strong legs, they immediately imagine muscles or bones. But here's the truth. Without a healthy nervous system, your legs can't perform the way they should. That's where vitamin B12 comes in. It may not get as much attention as calcium or vitamin D, but this powerhouse nutrient plays a central role in keeping your legs responsive, coordinated, and full of energy. Vitamin B12 is essential for maintaining the protective coating around your nerves called myelin. Think of myelin as the insulation on an electrical wire. It ensures signals from your brain travel quickly and accurately down to your legs. Without enough B12, that insulation begins to break down, leading to sluggish or misfired nerve signals. The result? Numbness, tingling, weakness, or the unsettling feeling that your legs are heavy and uncooperative. Research has shown that B12 deficiency is surprisingly common in older adults. Why? Because absorbing this vitamin depends on having enough stomach acid and a special protein called intrinsic factor, both of which naturally decline with age. Medications like acid reducers and certain diabetes drugs can make absorption even harder. The scary part is that symptoms often sneak up gradually, and many people dismiss them as just getting older. But what feels like ordinary fatigue or clumsy legs may actually be your body crying out for B12. Left unchecked, B12 deficiency can cause serious damage, not only to your nerves, but also to your balance and coordination. In fact, studies link low B12 levels to a higher risk of falls in seniors, a problem that can drastically affect independence. But here's the good news. Restoring B12 levels can often reverse these issues and bring back energy, stability, and strength in the legs. So, where does B12 come from? Unlike many vitamins that can be found in fruits and vegetables, B12 is found almost exclusively in animal-based foods. The richest sources include beef, fish, eggs, dairy, and shellfish like clams. Even liver, though less popular today, is one of the most concentrated natural sources of B12. For people who follow plant-based diets, fortified foods, such as cereals or nutritional yeast, are excellent alternatives. And for those who can't absorb enough B12 from food, supplements or injections can be life-changing. The daily recommended intake is around 2.4 micrograms, which may sound small, but makes a massive difference in your health. Supplements are often prescribed in higher doses because your body excretes what it doesn't use, making B12 supplementation both safe and effective. Doctors sometimes recommend regular B12 shots for individuals with absorption problems, ensuring the vitamin bypasses the digestive system entirely. Beyond protecting nerves, B12 also supports red blood cell production, which is crucial for transporting oxygen to your muscles. If your body doesn't have enough oxygen-carrying cells, your legs may tire quickly, leaving you drained after even light activity. By boosting your B12 levels, you're not only keeping your nerves sharp, you're fueling your muscles with the oxygen they need to perform. The takeaway? Strong legs aren't just about bone density or muscle size. They're also about clear, efficient communication between your brain, nerves, and muscles. Vitamin B12 is the nutrient that keeps those signals firing. By making sure you're not running on empty, you can protect your balance, coordination, and overall independence one step at a time.
4. Magnesium, muscle calmer. Picture this. You're finally asleep when suddenly a sharp cramp shoots through your calf, jolting you awake. Sound familiar? For many older adults, leg cramps, twitching, or restless legs are a nightly struggle. One of the most common culprits, magnesium deficiency. Magnesium is sometimes called the master mineral for muscles because it controls how they contract and relax. Every time you take a step, magnesium works behind the scenes, regulating the flow of calcium and potassium in and out of muscle cells. Without enough of it, muscles become prone to spasms, stiffness, and fatigue. That's why magnesium deficiency often shows up as twitching eyelids, restless legs, or painful nighttime cramps. But magnesium's role in leg health doesn't stop at muscles. It also helps maintain bone density by guiding calcium into the skeleton where it belongs. Without magnesium, calcium may deposit in soft tissues instead of bones, leading to stiffness, joint pain, and even higher risk of fractures. Research has shown that adults with higher magnesium intake tend to have stronger bones and a lower risk of osteoporosis, two key factors in preventing falls and maintaining independence. So why do so many people lack this vital mineral? The truth is, modern diets often work against us. Processed foods, refined grains, and high sugar intake strip away natural magnesium, while medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some blood pressure drugs drain magnesium stores. Add the fact that stress depletes magnesium, and it's no wonder deficiencies are widespread, especially in older adults. When magnesium runs low, the body sends signals in subtle but disruptive ways. Trouble falling asleep, frequent cramps, fatigue, and even feelings of weakness in the legs. The good news is that restoring magnesium levels can lead to noticeable improvements in mobility, balance, and energy. So where do you find it? Thankfully, magnesium-rich foods are both delicious and diverse. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts and seeds such as almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, as well as legumes, avocados, and whole grains all provide significant amounts. Even a square of dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa, can be a tasty magnesium boost. For those who struggle to meet daily needs through food, supplements are a practical option. Among the many forms, magnesium citrate and magnesium glycinate are the most easily absorbed and gentle on the stomach. The recommended daily intake ranges from 320 milligrams for women to 420 milligrams for men, though some individuals may require more depending on health conditions and diet. What's remarkable is how quickly magnesium can make a difference. People who replenish their levels often notice fewer cramps, improved sleep, and stronger recovery after activity. In fact, one study found that older adults who increased magnesium intake showed better muscle function and greater endurance, allowing them to walk farther and climb stairs with more ease. The bottom line is, magnesium is like a natural muscle relaxant and bone protector rolled into one. By making sure your body gets enough, you can ease cramps, reduce stiffness, and restore fluid, confident movement. Whether through a handful of pumpkin seeds, a fresh spinach salad, or a supplement, magnesium gives your legs the calm strength they need to keep you steady and mobile.
5. Potassium, the balance keeper. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a sudden, painful calf cramp? Or maybe you've felt your legs trembling after standing for a while. These are often signs that your body may be running low on potassium, a mineral that quietly powers your muscles, nerves, and circulation every single day.
Potassium's main role is maintaining the delicate balance of fluids inside and outside your muscle cells. This balance is what allows your muscles to contract and relax smoothly. Without enough potassium, your muscles may misfire, leading to cramps, spasms, or feelings of weakness. For older adults, this is especially concerning, since leg weakness or trembling can quickly increase the risk of falls. But potassium's influence extends far beyond just cramps. It also supports the nervous system, helping transmit electrical signals between your brain and muscles. When potassium levels dip too low, a condition known as hypokalemia, those signals slow down, leaving your legs sluggish, shaky, or uncoordinated. Imagine trying to walk with muscles that aren't fully responding to your brain's commands. That's the hidden danger of potassium deficiency. And it doesn't stop there. Potassium also plays a protective role in bone health. Research suggests that diets rich in potassium help neutralize acids that can erode bone density over time. This means potassium not only keeps your muscles working properly, but also helps preserve the structure of your legs, lowering the risk of osteoporosis and fractures. So how much potassium do you actually need? The recommended daily intake is about 2,600 milligrams for women and 3,400 milligrams for men. While that may sound like a lot, it's very achievable through diet, if you know the right foods. Bananas may be the most famous source, but they're just the beginning. Sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, lentils, oranges, and even plain baked potatoes with the skin are excellent, often better sources. The trick is variety. A banana at breakfast, beans or lentils at lunch, and leafy greens at dinner can easily get you close to your daily goal. The best part? Potassium-rich foods often come packed with other beneficial nutrients like fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, making them a win-win for overall health. What about supplements? While potassium supplements exist, they're usually prescribed under medical supervision. That's because too much potassium, particularly in people with kidney issues or those taking certain medications, can cause dangerous complications like irregular heartbeats. For most people, focusing on food sources is the safest and most effective way to get enough potassium. Studies continue to highlight the importance of potassium in maintaining mobility and balance. One long-term analysis found that individuals with higher potassium intake not only had stronger muscles, but also a significantly lower risk of developing mobility limitations as they aged. In other words, potassium-rich diets help keep you moving with confidence. The takeaway? Potassium is like the body's built-in stabilizer, ensuring your muscles, nerves, and bones work together seamlessly. By making potassium-rich foods a daily habit, you can reduce cramps, boost energy, and protect your legs from weakness and fragility. It's a simple but powerful way to keep your legs steady, strong, and ready for whatever life asks of them.
6. Vitamin K, the bone and balance protector. When people talk about strong legs, they usually think of protein or calcium. But here's a surprising truth. Without vitamin K, much of that calcium can end up in the wrong place. Instead of strengthening your bones, calcium can build up in your arteries, leading to stiffness and poor circulation. That's why vitamin K is often called the traffic director of calcium. It makes sure calcium goes into your bones, not into your blood vessels. Vitamin K comes in two main forms, K1, found mostly in leafy green vegetables, and K2, found in fermented foods and animal products. Both play a role in bone health, but K2 is especially powerful because it activates specific proteins that help bind calcium directly into your bones.
Without enough vitamin K, your bones become weaker and more prone to fractures, while your arteries become harder and less flexible. This double impact can spell disaster for your legs. Fragile bones, combined with poor circulation, is a recipe for falls and long recovery times. Research backs this up strongly. A large-scale study in Europe found that individuals with higher K intake had a significantly lower risk of hip fractures compared to those with low intake. Another study highlighted that those with higher K2 consumption not only had stronger bones, but also better cardiovascular health, meaning their circulation was more efficient. When your blood flows smoothly, your leg muscles and nerves get the oxygen and nutrients they need to perform at their best. So where can you find vitamin K? For K1, the best sources are spinach, kale, broccoli, collard greens, and Brussels sprouts. These vibrant greens aren't just salad fillers, they're medicine for your legs. For K2, look to foods like natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean dish, hard cheeses, egg yolks, and chicken. Even small amounts of these foods can contribute significantly to your vitamin K levels. Unlike many other vitamins, vitamin K deficiencies are less common, but they do happen, especially in people who eat very few vegetables or have digestive issues. If you're on blood-thinning medication, like warfarin, you'll also need to be cautious since vitamin K interacts with these drugs. In such cases, it's essential to talk with your healthcare provider before making any big changes to your diet. But for most people, the challenge isn't deficiency, it's consistency. Eating leafy greens once a week isn't enough. The benefits of vitamin K depend on regular intake. That means building habits. A green smoothie in the morning, a salad with lunch, or steamed broccoli at dinner. Over time, these small choices accumulate into stronger, denser bones and healthier circulation. What does this mean for your legs? Imagine walking up a flight of stairs with sturdy bones that support your weight effortlessly, while your blood vessels remain flexible and your muscles energized. That's the hidden gift of vitamin K. It doesn't just work quietly in the background, it actively protects your ability to move freely and without pain. The bottom line, vitamin K may not get the spotlight, but it deserves a standing ovation. By guiding calcium into your bones and keeping your circulation healthy, it ensures your legs stay strong, balanced, and resilient well into your later years.
7. Vitamin B6, the nerve and endurance booster. When we think of vitamins that keep our legs strong, vitamin B6 doesn't always make the list. But this humble nutrient plays a critical role in keeping your muscles energized, your nerves sharp, and your endurance steady. Without enough B6, your legs may feel heavy, fatigued, or unresponsive, almost like trying to run on an empty battery. Vitamin B6 is essential for producing neurotransmitters, the chemicals that carry messages from your brain to your muscles. Think of it as the translator between your nervous system and your legs. When you take a step, your brain sends a signal that travels down your spinal cord, through your nerves, and into your muscles. If your body is short on B6, those signals become weaker or delayed. The result? Slower reflexes, unsteady movements, and sometimes tingling or numbness in your legs. But B6 doesn't stop there. It also helps your body make hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen. That means it directly affects how much oxygen your muscles receive during activity. Low B6 can lead to a form of anemia, leaving you feeling tired and drained even after simple activities like walking across a room or climbing a short flight of stairs. For older adults, that loss of stamina can be the difference between staying independent or becoming reliant on others. Research has repeatedly linked vitamin B6 with better nervous system health and energy metabolism. One study found that adults with adequate B6 levels had fewer symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, a condition that causes nerve pain, weakness, and numbness in the legs and feet. Another study suggested that B6 works hand in hand with other B vitamins like B12 and folate to reduce levels of homocysteine, an amino acid linked to both nerve damage and cardiovascular problems. This teamwork means that B6 doesn't just help your legs move, it also protects them from long-term decline. So where do you get B6? The good news is, it's widely available in foods you probably already enjoy. Chicken, turkey, tuna, salmon, potatoes, bananas, and chickpeas are some of the richest sources. Even fortified cereals and whole grains can provide a steady supply. Because B6 is water-soluble, your body doesn't store large amounts of it, so it's important to include it in your diet regularly. For some people, especially older adults, those with kidney disease, or individuals taking certain medications, B6 supplements may be necessary. But it's best to get as much as possible from food, since natural sources also provide other beneficial nutrients. What does this mean for your legs in everyday life? Adequate B6 ensures your nerves fire correctly, your muscles get the oxygen they need, and your energy levels remain stable throughout the day. It's the difference between legs that tire easily and legs that carry you confidently through your activities, whether that's exercising, working, or just enjoying time with loved ones. In short, vitamin B6 is the unsung hero of leg health. By supporting both your nervous system and your stamina, it ensures your steps remain steady and your energy consistent. If you want legs that keep going strong, don't overlook this quiet powerhouse.
We've walked through 7 powerful vitamins and minerals: vitamin D, calcium, B12, magnesium, potassium, vitamin K, and vitamin B6. Each plays a unique role in keeping your legs strong, steady, and reliable. But together, they form the foundation of something far bigger: independence, mobility, and confidence in everyday life. Let's take a quick step back and recap. Vitamin D powers your muscles and strengthens your bones. Without it, legs weaken and balance suffers. Calcium lays down the solid framework, ensuring your bones can support every step and stride. Vitamin B12 protects your nerves, keeping signals crisp and preventing the tingling or numbness that makes walking difficult. Magnesium fuels your energy and wards off cramps, giving your legs both stamina and comfort. Potassium balances fluids and circulation, preventing those sudden cramps or tremors that undermine your stability. Vitamin K directs calcium into your bones and keeps blood vessels flexible, protecting both bone density and leg circulation. Vitamin B6 sharpens nerve signals and sustains endurance, so your legs don't give out before your day is done. When you add it all up, these nutrients aren't just about preventing problems. They're about building a lifestyle where your legs can carry you wherever you want to go, whether that's hiking a trail, strolling with loved ones, climbing stairs with ease, or simply standing tall with confidence. The truth is, leg strength isn't just a matter of muscles or bones. It's the combination of nutrition, circulation, nerve health, and energy working in harmony. Neglect one and the system weakens. Support them all, and your legs become a foundation of resilience and freedom. The best part? None of this requires exotic solutions or complicated regimens. You don't need rare supplements or expensive superfoods. You need consistency. A diet rich in greens, whole grains, lean proteins, fruits, nuts, and seeds naturally delivers these nutrients. And when diet falls short, carefully chosen supplements can fill the gap. But remember, the power is in the daily choices. Choosing spinach instead of fries, swapping soda for a potassium-packed orange, adding salmon to dinner. These small, steady actions create legs that won't betray you when you need them most. So here's my encouragement. Don't wait until your legs start to ache, cramp, or stumble. Take action today. Feed your body the vitamins and minerals it craves, and your legs will repay you with strength, balance, and freedom for years to come. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these nutrients surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd be thrilled to know your take. And if you found this guide helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to Health Smart Facts, and turn on notifications so you never miss future tips on health, energy, and independence. Because at the end of the day, strong legs aren't just about mobility. They're about living life fully, confidently, and without limits. Take care of them today, and they'll carry you wherever you want to go tomorrow.